Hi everybody, this is Cynthia Readings, and this reading today is going to be about the solar eclipse happening on the 25th of October in the sign of Scorpio. Now, before I pull cards for you, I want to give you some information on this, okay? So, this is okay. First of all, eclipses are, it's like they push us forward, and it is a time for change, and it's time for radical change, okay? Now, there is a solar eclipse on October 25th, and then a lunar eclipse on November 8th, 7th, I believe, okay? So, yeah, so this is happening in Scorpio at 2 degrees. And this is very, like, it is conjuncting Venus, okay? I believe all of them are at 2 degrees at this time, but there are other squares happening too. I believe Mercury is close to them as well. Mercury is in the sign of Libra right now at 22 degrees, or sorry, at that time when solar eclipse is going to happen. Now, the moon is in square with Pluto, and we also have Mercury squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So this is a time where it's all about changes. It is really about where we need to make changes. And by the way, for you, especially if it depends where are your placements. Now, if you have Scorpio and Taurus placements, I would really suggest that you have a look at, your birth chart if you can. Even if you don't, let me just tell you that this is going to be impacting you the most. For Taurus placements, let me just say that it's going to impact more so like your physical, because Taurus is a fixed earth sign. And for Scorpio, it's more so like a self, especially if you're a Scorpio rising. It's even a Scorpio sun, it's more so like a self, okay? The changes that you need to make within yourself, okay? On emotional level. So this is also a time where there will be changes in money, in currency, okay? So as we all know what's happening in the world, okay? So if I look at it, in a broader like picture, that is where it's going to be impacting us the most. But I feel like even, as a collective, this is giving us a push forward to make changes in our lives. Now, this is again a time to step outside your comfort zone, okay? This is a time that you're ready to change. This is a time where some of you also need to challenge yourself, okay? Because, we know emotionally and, even physically the changes that we need to make, but sometimes we are in our comfort zone. Another thing I would touch is that this, solar eclipse is really about stepping outside your comfort zone and manifesting correctly. Because at this time, I feel like, especially with that Pluto squaring moon and then squaring Mercury, there can be, difficult conversations. There can be things, that we feel coming to the surface, but it's all about stuff that we need to change, having to learn the lessons the hard way and then moving forward. Okay, and, another thing I'm kind of getting here is that a lot of us are being pushed to make positive changes in our lives, okay? So if there's something recently negative that you went through, it's time that you learn your lesson and push yourself forward. Again, this is all about pushing ourselves forward, okay? Now, this is also going to be impacting us for almost the next 6 months. So this is not just our regular new moon and full moon stuff. This is like something very significant, and I believe last time it happened with Taurus and Scorpio axis, it was back in, I don't know, like 2012, 2014, and then back in 2003 and 2004. So if you remember what happened in your life at that time, good for you. I don't remember. I was a kid back then, okay? I am only like 23 years old right now, so I was in school back then, okay? All right, so let's see. So this Scorpio, solar eclipse is encouraging us to make the changes that are required for us to make which are important for our soul's growth, okay? And this is also important that we, it's also important that we pay attention to our behavior, self-sabotage, being lazy, procrastinating, or having plans and, purposely self-sabotaging yourself and your plans. This is about empowering yourself, okay? Now, of course, I'm going to go through all signs, but I'm going to give you a brief introduction before I move on to your sign, okay? Okay, now one more thing I'm getting here is that if you and somebody, you guys don't share the same values, if you guys are not on the same page, this is a time to understand where that person may be coming from, and if the vibe doesn't match, you need to let go of that person, okay? This is not a time to force things with other people, especially, okay? This is really about the depth, with the Scorpio. It's about intensity. It's about a call for change, okay? So Scorpio makes it all very intense and, adds depth to this. Now, this is also a time that we must release fear. We must release guilt and confront, okay? Sometimes we may not need to confront other people. We need to confront what we've been doing. We need to have a look at the mirror and really see what we have been doing, okay? So this is a time for you to have that, have a real heavy look at yourself with what you've been doing, where you want to be. Because again, like I said, the changes you're making now, they're going to be impacting you for the next 6 months, okay? Now, another thing I'm getting here is that this is about your shared resources. This is about money. This is about, like positive changes. So when you make positive changes within yourself, of course, they manifest in your life too, but this is something about money, luxury, things like that as well, with Venus being there, okay? Now, it all depends on your sign and where it's happening in which house and stuff, so I'm gonna get to that later on. But mainly, this is a solar eclipse that is helping us to strengthen even our intimate relationships, letting go of negative attachments. Like I said, what makes us truly happy, what makes us more fulfilled, okay? Now, this is also a time period to push forward towards new things, towards, finding new ways, and, letting go of the old. So it's pretty much out with the old, in with the new, okay? And also having a look at our addictions, okay? What have we been addicted to? What have, we been lingering on to, okay? So there's going to be new and potent energy. So I want you guys to pay attention to what you've been wanting to manifest, and of course check out your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture. I would suggest that you watch all 3 signs and then combine and get the message, but if you just want to watch one sign, then I would say watch your rising sign, okay? So to sum it up, this is all about, fresh start. This is about bringing that balance in our relationships, letting go of people who no longer serve us, letting go of codependency issues or just negative attachments, and having to let ourselves, get through that fresh start. So that is all that I have for you guys as an overall view for what's going to be happening for the solar eclipse in the sign of Scorpio. Do give this video a like if you enjoyed this. And now let's move on to your sign. Hi Gemini, let's see how is the solar eclipse in Scorpio impacting you. Now let's have a look. Now, as I already mentioned in the intro video, that this is a time for new beginnings, ending self-sabotage and whatnot. For you, it's happening in your 6th house, which is the house of our day-to-day work. It can also be about our health. It can be about being disciplined. It can be about taxes as well, things like that. So this is going to be impacting you the most in that area, building routines that are working for you, and figuring out what is not working for you. That needs to go. Are you satisfied with your, work schedule? Are you satisfied? Do you have enough time for, your, taking some time off? It is also important. So again, managing your time and your routines accordingly. Some of you also need to maybe pay attention to your sleep schedule, okay? This is a great time for you to pay attention to your business and what steps you can take to increase your efficiency in your business, to handle matters in the business, okay? What is something that can be revamped in your business or in your work situations, okay? You may also feel very motivated to make new changes in your life or achieve new goals regarding money. So again, this is a time for you to reinvent yourself in that area of your life. And again, whatever you do is going to be impacting you for the next 6 months, so do pay attention. It's almost like a time where you need to have a look at your life and bring that routine, bring that structure, bring that foundation back if you lost it, okay? Sorting things out that are important to sort out, okay? Taking initiative and making changes in your health, okay, in your self-care, in your work, in your business, okay? What is something that has been holding you back? If there's something that seems overly difficult, then I would suggest you let it go, especially in the area of work. Don't push things too hard, okay? So again, this is mainly about new opportunities. Some of you are also going to be getting new jobs, okay? So something like that, something revolving around work, your routine, okay, your day-to-day stuff, okay? Another thing I'm getting here is that there could also be a change in your health. So some of you could be working out more, eating healthy, or maybe you need to do that. Again, this is really about, your mental health, even your physical health. So again, health is not just about your diet and your workout and stuff. It's all kind of meshed into one. And then again, striving to become better at your workplace and even within yourself as a person. Protecting what's yours, okay? So let's have a look at what shows up for you, Gemini. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, okay? And you can also check out your full Gemini reading. It is up on my channel. So we have lust and then birth, and then we have empathy. Number 4, 1, and 12 could be significant choice. Ooh, you have number 7 coming twice. So something about relationships is significant here as well. Your shared resources, something about business, that is also significant. There could be a negotiation here that's going to work out in your favor in your business, okay? And I feel like some of you are also going to have, you're maybe going to receive some form of generosity from somebody, or there is also like a romantic partner coming towards you. And they may be sweeter than usual towards you at this time. And what else do we have here? So again, this is about learning and seeing what is good and what is not. What is something you feel the urge to do, but is that urge healthy? Okay, so again, this may be a time to take action, but not impulsive action. I feel like you're definitely manifesting new things in your life. Something about your home, family, that's also significant here with this card, but mainly it's really about what you're manifesting. It's almost like a new you kind of an energy. Some of you need to make changes in your lifestyle as well to help support who you want to be, okay? Because it is not just us hoping for who we want to be, but also making changes to be who we want to be, okay? So I feel like a lot of you are also very intuitive, so paying attention to the signs and the synchronicities, understanding where you're coming from, not being hard on yourself, okay? And again, if it's really about compassion and being, especially if you're an empath, I would suggest that you do pay attention to things happening around you. Everything is like a sign for you at this time, okay? I feel like your energy is overpowered by the middle card here. I'm really, really drawn to this. And what you're manifesting. Some of you could be pregnant, or you could be very focused on your children if you have a child. Some of you may have two children, okay? Let's see, what do we have for Gemini? So we have trickery. Be mindful of somebody coming in your life trying to trick you. And if there's somebody who has proven themselves over and over again that they're not good for you, it could be a toxic friend, a toxic lover. They might come back around. But again, the choice is yours to get tricked or to leave, literally, okay? It's really about some of your old ways, Gemini, are just like, they're just not working for you anymore, okay? So give me one more, please, for Gemini. Confusion. Yeah, you may be very confused. I feel like there are people gossiping about you. Perhaps there are people talking about you. Don't listen to the gossip. Some of you may get to hear that somebody said this, somebody said that. Don't feed into it, okay? It's also about not listening to other people's opinions of you, okay? It's about staying true to who you are, where you want to be. Okay, so that's about it, Gemini. Those were the messages that showed up for you. I hope that I helped you in any way, like this helped you to recognize where changes are happening in your life. Do give this video a like and check out your individual sign reading. It is up on my channel as well. Take care and bye-bye.